I'm here with Mark Nelson of Rio Grande, and Mark is here to explain to us the different types of hammers that we can use for our projects and really how to know which one to use for which item.
Right. It can be a little confusing. There's a lot of different hammers.
Lots. Look at just the few we have here.
I know. So if we can start right here,
Okay.
are some basics that you would need for your shop. This is a rawhide hammer used for a lot of forming. And then we have a brass mallet that we use a lot for stamping, some
Okay.
heavy work. Here's another type of hammer which we use for stamping.
I was going to say it has
It's a
a nice
round one, kind
different
of like a
shape to
mallet.
it.
The one next to that is kind of a forming and texturing hammer.
Okay.
And then we have some plastic mallets that we use for major forming large shapes.
Okay.
So
And that would be the same as this
same
one?
for the yellow one there too.
Okay.
And to the left of that we have some chasing hammers, and there's a couple different styles there.
So that would be this one, and this one?
Right.
Okay. And we'll talk about chasing, exactly what that means
Right,
coming up in a little bit too. And how about this?
That's actually a planishing hammer. When you're raising a bowl or making a bowl from a flat sheet, you need to smooth it out. That's what that does.
And then the baby one.
It's a little tiny hammer. It's a great little riveting hammer. Nice little basic addition to a bench.
Okay. And more down here?
That's actually a forming hammer, and by forming I mean it does a lot of different things. It'll form out shapes. It'll also make them smooth by planishing. The hammer to that is actually a planishing hammer. One side is concave, the other one's a little convex.
Yeah, actually. Oh, so one side here? Like
Right
that?
on the face. That side right there is a little concave, and that one is
Oh,
convex,
yes, I can see it that way.
a little domed.
Yeah, perfect. And then what's this one? This one's very unusual.
That's just a big raising hammer for really thick metal and large sheets. So
Yeah. Okay, let's move up to the top row.
the top row is that first one's an embossing hammer. It has two very sharp domes on either end for embossing really tight spaces on sheet.
Okay, and the one next to it.
That one's called a bordering hammer or a forging hammer.
Okay, this one right here.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, and this is one of the ones that I haven't seen very often. And just to let everyone know, too, we're going to have descriptions of all of these hammers on our website, so that's a really good tool, I think. And then how about this guy?
That's a goldsmith's hammer, in that it has a flat side and a cross peen on the other side.
Okay, so,
That's used a lot for riveting and basic forming.
okay, and these are beautiful hammers, actually.
Right.
What's that
These are
one?
very high quality hammers, and that one particularly is another type of embossing hammer with really sharp tips on there that have really smooth faces on them.
Okay, and this guy?
They're again kind of a medium-sized raising hammer, maybe for smaller items.
So it's nice that it may do the same thing, but there's different sizes of them.
Exactly.
And then the final three.
There again, another raising hammer, but even smaller.
Okay, and the last two.
The last two, that's particularly this one is a nice one in that it has a plastic side or has nylon on it for really.
Yeah, let's turn it and we can see that one. I'll turn it to this side.
And
That's the
so that-
plastic side.
Yeah, that's so you don't mar the metal when you're forming it.
Okay, and
So-
what about this side here?
That side is a flat side that you would use for forming or planishing.
This looks like a really good quality hammer, too. All of these here.
Right, they are really great quality. What makes them so is that the handles are all hand finished. They're hand sanded
at that.
and then oiled. The heads are stainless steel, so they'll never rust.
Oh, let me
And
show
they're
you
all-
that, too.
They're all
Just lift
hand
it up here.
polished. And if you'll
Wow.
notice too, you'll see the handle is kind of an oval with the steel wedge in there. That wedge is there so that you can tighten the heads should they become
right
loose.
there.
Right.
Wow, that's beautiful. And then the final one, then we're going to show how to use a couple of these.
Final one there again is another raising hammer, just slightly different.
Great. All right, let's start
Let's start.
doing some hammering here.
One of the ones that you definitely need to have is a rawhide mallet, and they tend to be harder than the, actually softer than the normal plastic mallet. And so that if you got a ring that you need to tap round flat or
Right.
tap round, it's not going to mar the metal.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I think that's important.
And then we have another basic in the shop is a brass head hammer, and that you would use to actually do stamping with. You want a soft head mallet when you're using steel tools so as not to destroy the stamp.
Gotcha.
Okay, and this is the same as this one, just round.
Okay.
Okay.
And then what else?
This is actually a texturing hammer. This side, it has a texture
It's
marked.
almost like a diamond cutting or like a pave or I don't know, something.
Right, it's been textured.
Yeah.
And so that you can take it, and actually when you hammer out,
Ooh.
you'll get a texture.
That's a finish that you see on so many high-end gold pieces and
Exactly.
jewelry pieces, is that texture.
Right.
Okay, that was
And
fun.
next to that is some forming mallets.
These.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And what they're
Would you
used
like
for.
one?
Yes, please. Especially the odd-shaped one. This is a pear-shaped.
Okay.
And you can use a small end. This is more for dishing out small vessels, or and you would use it to actually produce large forms. And you can also use the backside to really dish out.
That's a little bit deeper. Yeah. The rivet on that.
And the yellow mallet is the same as basically a rawhide, only larger.
So that one.
Right.
We can show any other ones.
The chasing hammer right next to it.
Is that this one? Okay.
Now, chasing hammers look really funny for a reason.
Yes. What is chasing hammer? What does that
Well,
mean?
let me show you what chasing is first.
Okay.
Over here at the pitch pot, they have a piece of metal in a pit, like a soft pitch, and you use stamp tools to actually punch the metal, and you use a large face to actually do the stamping.
Gotcha.
Okay. But in order to do that, you need balance. Okay. And the handles here are pretty thin, so that you can feel the energy travel through, and then you have a large ball so you can hold on to it and balance it.
Yeah, that's terrific. Now, finally, I think I want to show the bowl really quickly in the time we have, and what kind of hammer you'd use to be able to do that one.
Well, remember when I said raising hammers?
Is it that one?
They're all shaped like this with a cross peen, and they have various different shapes. But you put this on a stake, and you're using it like this,
Okay.
and that'll actually form the metal into a new shape. And this actually started as a flat sheet.
And so that's the hammer that would do that.
And this is the hammer that we do that.
That was fun. And as I said, all of the instructions and all of the descriptions, for the most part, of these hammers will be on there on our website. So that was fun.
Thank you.
Lots of good tools to work with. Thanks so much, and we will be back in just a minute.